If you like this video, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell icon to get the latest updates.
Okay, so we'll move on, and when she joins, we'll have the introduction session. So, yes, my name is Manthan, and I carry 10 plus years of experience. And from last 7 years, I am into Workday. Okay, so let me give you a brief introduction about me, what I do, what I carry. So I carry in terms of certification, because in Workday, uh, it is the certification which is required if you're working for implementation partner company. Will come to this terminology in our session. So I work for one of the Workday partner organization, and I'm working as the techno-functional lead, where in terms of certification, HCM Fundamental is the foundation certification. So I carry that. I have reporting certification, I have core compensation certification, and I have recently completed performance certification. Besides this, so these are the certification which I carry. But apart from this, I have rigorously worked on EIBs, core connectors, calculated fields, and now I am up for Workday Studio. Currently, I am working for the implementation project where I am taking care of core and advanced compensation project for one of the customer from United States. Okay, this is what I carry. I am from Mumbai, India. So yes, this program is talk about job readiness program. So let me tell you the content which we are going to cover, and then we will have the introduction of it. So when we say Workday Job Readiness Program, we have divided this program into several segments. Okay, so we'll talk about what kind of opportunities we should be looking out for, how to optimize our LinkedIn profile, what content should be added onto resume, what kind of job we should be targeting, and when we go for an interview, what should be we know, because when I started as a fresher in Workday. So obviously, one person has to be fresher when they are going into the system. So being a fresher is not a crime where you will not be able to get an opportunity. But yes, when you look out for opportunity, when you don't carry any experience, then you should have some other things where that should be polished. So this program talks about Workday Job Readiness Program. As I said, it has several segments. So let me give you the content of it. We are going to talk about how to prepare resume and interview preparation. But this, though it is I'll have an introductory session here. We will talk about what needs to be added, what we can do in our resume, just an introductory. Further, in our subsequent sessions, we'll have the deep dive. Okay, we will deep dive into the system. So, okay, so what I have understood from your introduction, so far, you don't have any relevant experience, but you know the concept. You are aware of HCM, you know reporting, you know, now you are into compensation, right?
Correct, yes.
Okay,
That's
so
correct.
in terms of concept, you are aware of foundation is HCM. So if you know HCM, you can mold your career into recruiting, compensation, payroll. So that is different part. But yes, so that's good that you have an exposure to system. You have done some activity, so you know how Workday ecosystem works. Okay. So then second is cheat sheet for resume. Okay, when we are preparing a resume, because first thing, when we go for any opportunity, the first parameter or the first thing which gets evaluated is our resume. Okay, that means we should have a proper resume so that once an recruiter or maybe talent team looks at your resume, should be convincing enough. If I say I am looking out for Workday consultant job, now guys, Workday consultant job is a generic understanding where you say, okay, Workday job, but under Workday, it has got so many different things, so many different domains. Then, if I'm looking out for HCM consultant, okay, I'm saying Workday HCM consultant. So my resume should talk about HCM experience, or If not Workday experience, then it should talk about HCM knowledge. What knowledge I carry in my current profile? Am I responsible for doing some of the HCM thing or not? So we will talk about that part.
Okay.
Yes, these days LinkedIn profile creation and optimization is the key area where we need to, because LinkedIn profile is the primary thing. Let's suppose your resume gets shortlisted. So what the recruiter or a talent people do, they go back to your LinkedIn profile. Now, since LinkedIn profile is for your professional organization or professional information, so your LinkedIn profile should talk about it. I understand that you don't carry experience, but you have knowledge about Workday. So you should talk about that. We will see that what information to be added, from where to get, what kind of profile, or what are the different ways where I can transfer my or optimize my LinkedIn profile. So we'll talk about that. Yes,
Okay.
since you carry Workday knowledge, so we are going to talk about Workday consultant job roles and responsibilities. So this is the one which we are going to start, but let me have the content for it. So because you know Workday, so obviously when I talk about what kind of jobs are available in the market, what kind of job I should be targeting it, so that is my first criteria. Because before I go ahead and prepare my resume, I should know that for what job I should be applying. It doesn't mean that if I see a Workday job, I should be applying to the job. No, when we know what kind of experience we carry, what kind of job we are getting or we are fitting in, we should be having an information for that purpose. That is the reason we will start our day with Workday consultant roles and responsibilities. And then we will talk about detailed information. When I say detailed information means when I say I am a technical consultant or I am a techno-functional consultant, this keyword is not sufficient to justify what actually I am doing. As I said, I am a lead, techno-functional lead. But what does this techno-functional lead means to you? If in a simple definition, in a layman's language, you will say that, okay, something is associated with functional and something with the technical. When I say technical means, a normal, if I am a layman person, I see that maybe something to do with the programming, something to do with databases. Okay. But in Workday, there is no database. Program is there. We will come to that part later. But there is as such no specific technical requirement I should have for application. So we will need to analyze what kind of job I should be targeting to get the opportunity. So that is the prerequisite for us. So we will give most of our time in understanding the roles and responsibilities. Yes. Then Workday career path. How my journey should be in Workday if I am starting as an analyst. Okay. So where do I see myself after 5 years? Or what kind of roles I should be getting if I'm progressing my career? So if I say I carry 7 years of experience, that means for the 7 years, I should not be working as analyst, or I should not be working as one position. Oh, I am a compensation champion. Let me work on compensation throughout. This is not the right approach. Okay. So we need to make sure that if I say that, okay, I am a Workday consultant from past 7 years, so I should have my career path ready, or I should have a transformation into my career. When I say transformation means, okay, I started with report writer. Okay, then after report writer, I should chip into calculated field. If I know calculated field, what is my other path? If I'm talking about technical part of it, then I should talk about EIB, core connector, and all other things. Same thing goes for my functional expertise also. Started with HCM. Later on, I chose compensation, then performance, then benefit, then payroll. So we should know where do we stand, or where we are going to stand when I say I have completed 5 years in Workday. So we should know the career path of Workday. We are going to talk on that part. For some of the sessions, Alok is also going to chip in, and when I say some means resume, or maybe for LinkedIn, he is going to chip in. So we both are going to collaborate, and we both are going to define this Workday Job Readiness Program. Okay. Then, yes, When I talk about career path, then there is project responsibility. Now, there are multiple types of projects: transformation project, data migration project, support project, implementation project, testing project, automation project. So, how to analyze that? If, let's suppose, because first of all, you know what happens? Even though I get the opportunity, okay, somehow I managed to crack the interview. I got the opportunity. When I go to work, then the kind of activity which I am getting, I have seen several candidates doing this approach. Let's be very frank that they crack the interview, they managed to get the job, or by they did something. But what happens when they actually go on floor? They get the requirement. Since they are not aware of the project, they don't know. They say that, okay, whatever I learned in HCM, organization creation, compensation assignment, this is what Workday consultant like. But this is in reality, this is not enough to work for a customer. Customer has different requirements. Each when we go for a training, there is one specific parameter on based on that we understand the concept. But each customer in Workday is unique. Each customer has their own way of requirement. They have their own setup of structure. So we need to understand. So, okay, let me come back to the reality. So yes, couple of candidates from our organization, they managed to crack the interview. They got the offer letter. They joined the organization also. But when they get the kind of job, let's suppose they get some project on analytics. They say that, oh, I am a champion in report writer. I can go ahead and take this opportunity. When they receive, or when the tasks are assigned to them, so for first week or 2 weeks, they were like, they left the job without informing, without getting paid. They left the job. Why? They thought that getting an opportunity is a tough path. When I get the job, I will manage. But in reality, it doesn't work in that way. You manage means you need to know what kind of job you are getting in. If you are not aware of it, then same thing can happen for any one of us. Even I am not sure what is project management. And if I go and I say that, okay, I'll manage. But managing a project is not a cakewalk. You really have to be on your toes. You really have to manage people, because managing people is not an easy task. Okay, getting work done by somebody or getting work done by some reportees, it's one of the toughest tasks. Okay, so we need to understand, when I talk about roles and responsibility, I should be aware of it. Whatever job I am making it should not blindly apply and go ahead and do that. We need to know that part. So we'll talk about project roles and responsibilities. Okay, then we have some references. We have some sample where we talk about, okay, if you are working as HCM consultant, so what could you expect as a role? What kind of job you are getting it? What kind of support or what kind of people you have to deal, or what knowledge you should have before you go for that job? So we will talk about Workday project summary and reference sample. So some are live references are there. We will talk about it. Then again, I talked about project, I talked about resume preparation, but finally what matters? The way I give interview. Okay, my interview discussion, my confidence, my knowledge. Though I don't carry Workday experience, but I know the concept. I had been to the certificate, I have been to training, I have learning certification, I have everything. But having everything doesn't guarantee you the job. What guarantee? That the kind of, or the way you give the interview, the way you make sure that you discloses or you explain the concept. Since you don't carry Workday experience, so obviously you will not have something to explain with the reality. But whatever you know, whatever you have learned, whatever you did in your training, you have that thing to play around with it, right? You created organization, you created compensation, business process, security, report. So you need to understand. Then we will talk about again a huge concept or a huge topic where we talk about interview tips and questions. So interview tips and questions, there is no specific formula to clear or crack the interview. You really have to be, because you never know what the other person is going to ask. I have seen several instances where the position talks about HCM, but they give us the scenario. Okay, if this is happening, you tell me what do I do or how I can achieve this requirement. So most of the interviews in Workday is scenario based. When I say scenario based means they will give us the case study, and based on the case study, they will ask us, now you tell me if you are in this situation, how would you deal with it? First instance. Second instance, if something is not achievable in Workday, if because Workday is a box product. When I say box product means copyright for program is there with Workday. They doesn't give to any customer. If I wanted to change my login page, can I do that? If I'm not able to do that, or Workday is an application, there are several limitations. You tell me that limitation is not, you don't have, you cannot overcome with that limitation, then how would you convince? So these are some common interview preparation where, again, if I said that you are also preparing thinking that, okay, let me see wherever I have encountered any instances where I can explain this part or I can put this in my interview that Workday is not able to do this. So I did this part. So scenario based, anything which is not achievable by Workday, you have to cope up with these things. So we are going to cover all this in again a huge concept where we'll take 2 to 3 hours to understand how to cope up or how to clear the interview. Because without interview in today's world, no one is going to give you the opportunity unless you are relative of the CEO or somebody else. But if you are not having any heavy reference, then this is the primary criteria: job, resume, LinkedIn profile, interview, work, project. If you know all the segments of this part, then you can survive in the industry. Okay. We will also have a sample resume. For fresher also, what kind of resume we should be preparing, we will see that. Yes, managing write-up for resume class. We will have a session where we'll talk about how to optimize your resume. What content needs to be added, whether it should be a 5 pages, since I carry too much of experience, or it should be 1 pager, or it should have some information. So we will cover all these things where we talk about resume should be of 2 page, content should be crisp and clear. We will have that point. And the very important point is how to use social media. Now, today's world is all about social media. When I say social media, I'm not talking about Facebook and Instagram. When I say social media, I say that Indeed job, LinkedIn, there are several job fairs are happening where you can attend. There will be a different recruiters who can be there. Connect with the recruiter. Give them your resume. Say that this is what I carry. I can do that. Update some news about Workday into your LinkedIn profile. That yes, you are very keen. You are learning. You are updating. You are onto the upgrade. There are so many things which we have to cover. We will cover slowly and steadily. Okay. Okay, and there are some references, as I said, as a Gerentech, we are again the other than Workday, we are there where we can support training. We have our own community where you don't have to be with Workday or partner. You can get the community access. Several candidates who have been trained from Gerentech, they are working for partner company, they are working for client, they are working from customer, they are working as a support guy, they are working for a contractual person. So now let me go ahead and explain you about, because and this program is related to Workday, so we will stick with Workday application. Okay, now let me check what you know about partner, customer, service partner, professional services. Are you aware of these things? Who are partners?
I'm aware. Yeah, I'm aware of partners a little bit and how it works. Basics of it, I am aware. partner companies, like IBM, I think, few other five or six companies, they are implementing the Workday software. I'm aware of that, and only they can provide the certification.
Hmm.
Um, and the customers are the ones who use the Workday software implemented by the partners.
Okay. Okay. Again, you have knowledge about these things, but it is furthermore in detail.
Okay.
It is in detail. Okay, we will cover this part. Okay, so these are the reference things. I hope you have been shared with this link. Is it? Okay.
Yeah, I
Any
have
material you
this.
have been given?
No, I'm not. I've not had any materials given. I just have the link for the class. That's it.
Okay. Now I have given that what we are going to offer when I talk about Workday Readiness Program. Okay.
Okay.
Now you tell me what expectation you had, or you have something different with the content which I showed you, or your expectation is different, or you thought that no, I would be getting something else. Is there any difference in the content?
No, what is my main concern is I've already applied as a fresher, and I've been applying for the past, I've completed HCM in March, I think. From March, I've been applying as a trained person without any experience in this field, but I've not landed, and I've not even received a call. So I've not landed in anything. So I just want to know if experience is something that should I fake or something, or is that as
See,
okay, keep trying applying as a fresher, or if you guys will help me put some experience. What that is what was my main concern, because I'm not receiving even a call after even applying as a trained person. With whatever resume samples I had, I made up whatever I knew, I learned everything, I put it in that resume, but and I said I've completed a project, and but nothing. I've not received one phone call.
okay, no problem. So, as a person from Zerentech, or as a person from Workday ecosystem, faking something which we doesn't encourage. We don't say
Okay.
that okay, fake your resume, but if uh, if things are not happening in the right way, then you have to go with the wrong way. Okay, so
Mm,
I will not comment on anything on that front, because
okay.
we are not encouraging you to fake something. But
Mm-hmm.
again, since it is part and parcel of the world, we will
Mm,
talk about that part also. But currently, we are not going to talk about first thing, that do the wrong thing. We are
okay.
here, you are here because you want everything to happen in right way. Okay, and that is
Okay.
the reason my recommendation would be, faking something is not going to give you anything, because you fake experience, but how would you get the experience?
Mm, okay.
Okay, how would you
Mm-hmm.
get the experience?
By
So for
working
that
on
you
it.
need to, yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
okay, I get your concern. Now, besides this, what I have showed you, are
Mm-hmm.
you looking out for anything extra, or your perception was different and I am saying something different? What
Um,
you, hmm, go ahead.
I'm going to prepare my resume with you, and along with you, with your help, and then
Uh,
interview questions. These are my things that they explained to me in the Rantec. Alex was the person who communicated. So how to the interview preparation and my resume preparation with you. That is what I was told while joining the course. So it has
okay,
little and LinkedIn also, a little bit LinkedIn also, with the help of that. So mostly it is covered, and side by side, I would be preparing my resume along with whatever instruction you're giving me, right? Is that how it works?
okay, okay. So I get it. So you're saying that your primary concern. So we'll stick with your concern, since that is a one-on-one session where I talk about uh, you. So since we are there and you are the only one,
Mm,
where, so it's not that I'll follow this parameter index thing. It's better that I'll stick what you are looking out for. So do you
okay.
want me to start directly with the interview?
Anything, resume or interview, both I need help with. So anything is
Okay, so
fine.
resume, as I said, will be too early for us. Before, as I
Okay,
said, we need to understand what kind of job you are targeting. So do you
sure.
mind telling me what kind of job you are applying, or Are you applying with some recruiter or a agency, or you're directly posting your resume onto
No,
company's profile?
I just whatever Indeed and everything they ask for, basic things with like a 1 year experience, or if minimal experience, if they're asking anybody with HCM, I'm just applying to that in social media. I don't have anybody to or any company that I'm applying through. I'm just directly applying through Indeed. That's the thing. Whatever emails anybody, that's the things I get. I apply through that.
Okay. Do you have any friend who is into Workday ecosystem? Just
No,
checking.
no. I have nobody, no, nothing. I've heard when I was looking for something that has minimal of coding, because I'm not from this background, computer background, IT.
Hmm.
I've done my bachelor's degree in microbiology, and then I after that I married, came to US. I took I didn't work for a long time. Then I ended up as administrative person
Okay.
in a franchise, and I've been now working as a manager for the past 5 years, and with zero computer. Like I know the basic, I know how to do this, but I'm not sure. I've not done anything in related to Workday. I don't know anybody who's related to Workday as well. I
No
just
problem. No
yeah.
problem. You are landed in the right place. So let's suppose you don't have programming skills. But am I asking you, as I said, that Workday is not asking for you to learn any programming language. You should
Correct. Yeah.
be functionally smart. So you know how HR world works. If I ask you, tell me the journey of a candidate till the fire, or hire to fire journey. Can you tell me that? I just wanted to understand what you know.
Yeah.
Don't feel that I'm taking your interview.
No,
This is
no,
not
no,
that
no.
kind of it. I'm here to help you.
Yeah, I understand that. First, as an HR, we first post our requirements in the social media in the form of sorry, like Indeed or something. We post our criteria, then we match the candidates who are eligible for that, and then we take them for an interview, and then we schedule interview, then interview process, then the collecting of all the document process, and then that's how I think it's hired.
Now let me, since we are focusing on HCM, so
Mm.
though we are not aware of Workday, there is no harm. No one knows the application. But
Oh, you're
if I talk
asking
about,
for Workday. Okay. Workday,
no,
how
I'm
do
not
they
asking Workday.
okay.
I
Okay.
am saying, because Workday is the application and you don't have experience. So I'm not expecting you to know Workday. You tell me the task name. No, I'm not asking. I'm saying that since you wanted to be in HR world, so you should know the functionality, whether I'm using Workday or SAP or Oracle or any other application.
Mm.
Functional knowledge should be there.
Yeah, that I have. That I'm
Yeah,
pretty much confident that I'll be able to do that. Functional
correct,
knowledge.
correct.
I
So
can learn. That is
yeah,
one thing. Yeah.
we will customize this. It is not that I will go with resume and then stick with that. No, it's like we will prepare you that yes, if you're going for an interview, what things you should be aware, or I will train you for an interview.
Okay.
Let's move on and try to understand that what is the applicant process. Means when I say applicant means how does the job in normal, let's say I'm not talking about Workday. Don't consider that I'm showing my Workday experience. I am
Mm.
myself is newcomer to Workday. Let me assume that. Let's say
Mm.
I've been asked that, okay, now since I'm the fresher, so people will not expect that I should know some terminology. They say that, okay, since you wanted to be in HCM, so we wanted to know about the life cycle of the applicant till he gets terminated.
Okay.
Okay. In
Mm.
any organization, since you are a working professional, right? You know how you got your first job. What you
Yeah.
did, you saw the job posting, then
Mm.
you applied, your recruiter. Okay, let me go back step by step. So what happens in first thing? First, my hiring manager should go to recruiter and say that I need one Workday consultant.
Mm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Experience should be 0 to 2 years, but they should know HCM, They should know the fundamentals of HCM.
Mm.
If they have any training sufficient, but they should be having degree minimum requirement. So I've given all this requirement to my recruiter. Okay, this is how it gets started. Manager is in need of one Workday consultant, so manager is not the one who starts sourcing. Manager says, okay, manager gives a requirement to recruiter, says that I need Workday consultant of 0 to 2 years of experience. This should be the job description, and this is what I needed. So now the request comes to recruiter. What recruiter will do? Recruiter says, okay, this is the requirement. Let me create a job requisition, because in Workday, you cannot directly post something on LinkedIn and Indeed. There is some process. Here, what I'm talking about some new position creation. So without approval, this will not work. I am not talking about Workday here. Simple applicant to fire. So what happens? Recruiter comes in picture. Recruiter will create a job requisition, and they say that, okay, whenever I'm creating a job requisition, I have to give from when that person should be starting, what is the job profile, what is the expected compensation which an organization can give. I'll do that. So I'll create a requisition. Once I create the requisition, the request will go to manager to approve. So hiring manager will approve. Once hiring manager approves, the approval again goes to HR partner, because these people should be aware that they are looking out for new candidates. So even HR partner approves. Okay. Once this is approved, now recruiter says, recruiter has some tie-up. They say that, okay, we want to post this job on LinkedIn. We wanted to post this job on Indeed. We wanted to post this job on some other job site. So what happens? It is not manual. It is not manual that you post in LinkedIn, you post in job. It is automated, where once your job requisition is approved, you say that I wanted to post this job in 4 websites or post job portal. So you will give the job portal name, submit. Okay. My job requisition is now over Indeed, LinkedIn, and Monster, for an example. Okay. Once I have posted my job, as a recruiter, I have done my part thing. Then what happens? Job seeker, people like us, will see, okay, there is an opportunity. Let's suppose I am a LinkedIn guy. I see that there is a Workday consultant requirement in ABC company. So what I do, I click on that job. That job says, before you apply, you have to you have to fill some information, whether you are a US citizen or not, your first name, last name, you have to fill all that information. Once I do that information, then it says, now you upload your resume. I will upload the resume. So I am the first applicant. Likewise, there will be other job seekers who are going to apply to the job. So let's suppose, likewise, I have 50 applicants. Now, 50 applicant is there, but even recruiter will not read each resume. There is one concept called resume parsing. Resume parsing means they say that, okay, my requirement is talking about Workday HCM. So does this keyword is there in all the 50 resume? Because I can apply to the job of CEO also. I can do that part. But applying a job is not the right thing. My system should pick that. So there is in today's generation, it is not manually where I go ahead and read it. In today's generation, it is all automated. So I will have some automation prepare. I say that, please check whether he has a graduation degree or not. Also check if he is from United States. I will put some parameters before I evaluate. So when I do this shortlisting, so what happens? Out of 50, 20 resumes discarded because they are not following the preliminary criteria. So now currently I have 30 resumes. Okay. If I have a 30 resume, I will go over their profile and see that, okay, he has 10 years of experience. No, he is not eligible. So likewise, I'll do my scrutiny. And finally, I concluded that I have 5 potential candidates. Okay. Now, recruiter will reach out to each one of 5 candidates. They say that, okay, we saw your job, we saw your resume you have posted, and we wanted you to go for the interview. So they'll conduct an interview. Now all this is system. Whether it could be Workday or SuccessFactors, it is system. So I will schedule interview, and let's suppose I am one who is shortlisted. I gave interview, I shortlisted. So what happens when the shortlisted happens? They say that, okay, we have finalized the candidate. So the requisition which was open, now it is closed because they shortlisted me. So what they will do? They will close the requisition so that, or if they will not close, what happens? The application will keep on coming. And I don't want, since I've already finalized, why should I go ahead and get more applications? So I say that requisition closed. Once I get the requisition closed, what will happen? That job is closed. Now, no more application will be taken into consideration. Okay. Once I say this candidate is finalized, then HR will come in picture. HR says, boss, tell me what is your salary, what you are looking out for. We are working from New York. Are we able to relocate? All these things will happen, and I am agreeing to all the constraints because I need a job. So once I agree to that, they will send me LOI, letter of intent. First, you confirm whether this job, compensation, if you are agreeing to this, then we will prepare an offer letter. I get an offer letter. Once I get an offer letter, I say that 2 weeks is the notice period, and after 2 weeks, I am going to join the organization. Then what happens? I will get my, now your HCM come in picture here. Till here, it is Workday recruiting. Once I rolled out the offer letter, my recruiting part complete. Now my HCM life will come in picture. Well, where I'll initiate the hire, then I'll give the compensation. Then if that role needed some security group, I'll give the security group. Then the entire journey starts. Then after 1 year, that employee is eligible for performance, merit increase. He'll get 10% of it. Then all that life cycle, since you're aware of HCM, so I'm not going to go in detail, but this is how since I am a fresher, but this is the minimum requirement or minimum knowledge I should be having since I am a fresher. So this can be my primary question. Please explain the life cycle of applicant being employee, candidate, then the termination.
Okay.
Getting it?
Yeah. Okay.
So this is how I should be explaining it. So this is just a generic definition. So were you aware of all these life cycle that in detail I'm talking about?
In detail. Just I had a picture of our idea, but then not in detail.
Okay.
Workday wise, we have to have a requisition, and then if it is
whatever I said, it is
that
common for irrespective of Workday or SAP. This process is the minimum requirement. Even if I'm using SuccessFactors, another ERP, process remains the same, right? In job revision, I cannot say that. I cannot give some other name, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. So process remains the same, and we are more inclined toward the process. Workday is all about process. Okay. So I've explained the life cycle. Okay. Now tell me what kind of job you are applying. Like, is it you have location constraint, or you're ready to relocate, or you want only remote job? Just brief me about that.
I'm basically in Michigan. I'm ready to work here nearby, but open to remote work also. I'm not able to relocate at this point since I have kids here studying. So we have settled here. So anything in Michigan, I'm open to work, and remote jobs is particularly.
Okay. Okay. And what kind of job you have applied for?
I've applied for consultants, and then anything that asks for minimal experience, and not analyst as such. I didn't apply for analyst. Probably support analyst, support. Yeah. So anything that comes with minimal experience, that's what I have been applying, and mainly with HCM.
Did you try for contractual opportunities, or all these were for permanent?
Anything. I was applying for even contract, permanent, anything. I was permanent is mainly they're not much is not coming, except for I had seen GM asking for somebody, but not other than that, not seen much of anything permanent. It says permanent employee. Yeah.
Okay, I get it. So you need opportunity in Michigan or remote. You are okay. Okay, if I talk about, I will give you opportunity in performance. Were you able to do Workday performance?
Performance. Workday performance. That exact terminology, I don't know what it involves. But
performance means merit process where I will evaluate employee based on their performance. I say that okay, he has scored 2 ratings, 3 ratings, 4 ratings, and based on that,
I'm learning that right now. Yes, I'm just learning advanced compensation. I would be able to work on that once the class is complete. But yeah, I'm working on advanced compensation. That should be merit process is the one that is also being covered.
Correct. So yes, that means you have knowledge about the application, but no experience.
No experience.
Ever you encounter with an interview where any initial interview happened for you?
No, I said Workday. No, Workday. I not even received one call yet. And nothing.
And since how long you have been applying?
I've been applying since March for Workday HCM. But after that I started learning more. I learned through another thing. I learned some core connector. I learned a lot of learning happened in between, but keep applying nothing. Now I started advanced compensation. I keep learning, but my since that my application is only as a trained, whatever I learned I've mentioned it, but I not even received one call yet. Not even one interview I've got. Yeah.
So your resume talks about that you have trained on HCM, compensation, benefits. Everything is there on your resume.
I've not included my advanced compensation yet, but everything I've learned as an EIB, core connector, basics, reporting basics, everything I have included in that.
You have mentioned there that you have you took this learning and you have successfully completion certificates from Zerentech also. You mentioned this. I just checking that. Again, we have a dedicated session, but just wanted to check.
I've done HCM with one other cloud foundations. I've done HCM with them. And then I think it's cloud. That's what it's called. It's from India.
Cloud
exactly.
connector.
Yeah, cloud foundations or something. That is, I completed HCM with them. And a techno-functional training, I took it from ERP training that is here in US. That Miss Mary, that lady, she took the training for me. Now I'm Zerentech. I started my advanced compensation with Zerentech.
Okay. So, what were your what was the duration for your HCM? Let's talk about HCM first. So, I think
it was like it was a 2 months course, 30 hours. So, yeah, 30 hours.
Okay. And is what like everything was given to you, like session wise?
Yeah, it was. I had the video recordings as well as Mr. Raj, the trainer, and there was another trainer live recording. So I went through both, and then I was able to do the project. Like they give the Apple hospitals. That's a lot of people are working on it, and I was able to complete the project.
Okay, so in terms of terminologies, also you're aware of business process, security, compensation, staffing, organization. You know all these concepts.
Yeah, I know all this. Yes.
Okay. So now what I see here after having a long discussion, that resume is something we need to work upon. Okay.
Correct. Yeah.
So do you mind sharing your resume to my email ID? I'm sharing you the email ID, or else. Okay. Can you go ahead and try to share your screen if you can? Can you see that icon, share screen?
Are you able to see my screen?
I need to first see your resume. I don't see your screen first, and I need
Okay.
to have a look at your resume. That what
Yeah, I'm going
content
to
you
open
have
it and then I'll
added.
share my screen.
Okay.
Give me a second. I'm opening.
Yeah, no problem. Take your time. Because I'm not going to move on further. We'll take a pause here. So let me look at your resume, and I will have a look at it. I will do some corrections, and then we will further talk about resume, interview questions. But resume is the first thing we need to work upon.
Okay.
And how about your LinkedIn profile?
LinkedIn, I've not updated anything. It's with my administration things is the only thing I have in that.
Update that you have taken training from
I've just
Zarentak,
okay.
and start. See, look out for, let's say, if you're going to work LinkedIn, let's say that recruiters in United States, put that keyword, send them a connect, because LinkedIn is the need of the hour. Okay, and I'm 100% sure within 45 days, you will get an opportunity. But LinkedIn has to be optimized. So when we'll have a session where we'll talk about LinkedIn optimization. But before that, I would like that at least you should do the initial homework where you just type recruiters in Michigan. Okay, since you want in Michigan only, put that Workday jobs recruiter in Michigan. Even though you don't know that person, connect. Okay, there is no harm. LinkedIn is for your professional journey, your professional thing. So if you are connecting with somebody whom you don't know, there is no harm.
Okay.
Okay. So
yeah,
you have to
I
do this.
did that. You can take a look at my LinkedIn. I can give you my. It's Subhashri Lakshmanan.
One second. I don't see your screen, by the way.
Yeah, I was trying to find my HCM resume. I stopped applying like after trying a lot and without receiving
No
calls for the
problem.
past
You know
year.
what I
Yeah.
see? You have knowledge, you have everything, but guidance which is missing. Because since as a first thing I asked, do you have any friends? So you said no.
Yeah,
So
no.
what is missing? Guidance is missing. You need to have some proper guidance who can channelize your knowledge into an experience. Okay, and that is the reason we are here. We are going to guide you. We are going to prepare your resume, and applying to any random job is not the advice.
Okay. I have a resume with I've started applying for administrative along with HCM. So because since I didn't get any calls just with Workday, I can share my screen and show you that resume.
Yeah. Show me that. Yeah, I can see your resume. Okay, scroll down. Okay, and this resume is like you have experience in the organization which you have mentioned. Whatever content you have added, you do that currently.
Yeah, I did that and started applying. This is what I had in my Workday HCM training or that application I had before, and this is what I was using as trained professional. And then I didn't get any opportunity, so I added my administrative experience and started applying. But that also didn't work.
No problem. Don't get disheartened. I'm guaranteeing you, once we are through with it, you will gain more confidence, because what I see is simply channelizing your learning into an experience. That is what I see from our initial discussion.
Correct. Okay? Yeah.
So patience is the key for you.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. Because let me tell you my journey, and you will get some confidence in that part. So I started my Workday journey in 2014. Okay, I was not having any training, no idea. I was working for one partner company. I was working for PeopleSoft, and they said that, okay, boss, now we don't have PeopleSoft project. Go and start working for Workday. Okay. So they send me to customer's place and say that sit here and do Workday. And I said, I don't know Workday. At least give me some idea what I have to do. No, you will learn. We don't have somebody to give you training. Go ahead and start working on it. This is how I get Workday opportunity. You are much more safe in the safer hand where you know the content, you know the application. If given opportunity, you can perform also.
Correct.
So if I can do it, I am guaranteeing you, you can also make it up. Okay.
Thank you so much.
So don't worry on that part. Okay. Now let's come back to the session when we can have this session. Is it only on weekends we can have it?
I'm open any days. I am open like even if on night time, my mornings also. I work only in the US evening times. So morning I have I know I'm at home, so I can do that time also. I think that time is your night time in India. I'm open every day.
There is okay, so it is not like constrained that we can have a session only in weekend, right?
No. Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, so yes, I think what we will do, let me plan the session accordingly. So you said that your morning time you are available. If it's 8, 9, 10, 11, you are available.
Yeah, I'm available till 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock my work starts. So
okay, I get it. And Monday to Friday or Monday to Saturday, Sunday, there is no problem.
Saturday morning again I have work. Saturday morning 9:30 to 12:30. I have work. Other than that, mornings, rest of the mornings I'm free. Yeah.
If I say that Monday to Friday, that doesn't mean that since you are the only one in the session, so we can collaborate and accordingly we can perform.
Sure,
not necessary that I say that tomorrow you have to come. If you don't come, I will do that. But no, if you are occupied, if I am occupied, we have to be flexible enough, because it is not a training where I have multiple candidates are joining me and I am supporting them. Okay.
Correct.
So let me put some time. Let me define the session, because this was our initial discussion. So I just understand what you carry, what you need. So what I've understood from our initial discussion is like you need the guidance where, first of all, resume, key thing. Secondly, you also need to understand that what job to target. And third, if job, okay, by hook or by crook, you got an interview first, then how to clear the interview. This is your normal pre-script. Support part, that is different. We will cover that part later. So what I'll do, let me check with the coordinator. Okay. I'll define the timeline for our session so that we can talk about it. In our next session, we will talk about resume preparation.
Sure.
Okay. So I'm taking a pause for a day here. Okay. And next session, I will inform Alex and he will update you.
Okay, definitely.
Okay. Okay. Then
Thank you so much.
Thank you for attending the session. I hope you all enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Also, feel free to ask your questions in the comment section below, and we will reply to them at the earliest.